Cyber Monday is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent are required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
We're getting crushed out here. What's going on with you, Nick? You used to be the unstoppable king of flag football.
I'm feeling my age. At 40, I feel like I can't keep up anymore.
Is it lower testosterone?
Lower T?
Yeah, when you turn 40, you have less testosterone. It's harder to stay lean and get the same results you used to get. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I know Nugenix. It really gives you an edge.
No question. At work, the gym, the bedroom, Nugenix turned back the clocks. Now I've got the same energy that I did in my 20s.
I want to try Nugenix.
All right, time out. Guys, go text Nugenix and get yourselves a complimentary bottle to try.
Text AREA to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
If the playoff picture has you stressed, let us give you something to breathe easy about. Hey, it's Dr. Ryan Stern of the Stern Sinus Center. Let us fix your ear, nose, and throat problems. Let's make your congestion, sinusitis, snoring, and allergies a non-issue. We can diagnose and treat everything, from allergy workups and treatments to modern nasal breathing procedures to advanced balloon sinuplasty. Come see us in Federal Way and Auburn or at sternsinus.com. That's sternsinus.com.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with a Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
The holidays remind us how good it feels to be proud and confident in our appearance when gathering with friends and family. If hair loss is getting in your way, then my good friends at Advanced Hair offer the proven solution. It's the simple one-day treatment I received, the Advanced FUE. Advanced Hair begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And that new hair is guaranteed to grow for life. You choose how much and where, and they do the rest. Advanced Hair has helped tens of thousands of people, including me, and they are the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. World-class Dr. Parango and his top-rated team use breakthrough technology, delivering real results. The before and afters at advancedhair.com are surprising and incredible. Address thinning, receding, or balding today. And to celebrate the holidays, get a free consultation, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. Simply call 425-449-8185. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Let's go!
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Every Thursday from 7 to 9, live on air on Seattle Sports. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Paul Moyer.
Welcome to Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. The show is at 7 o'clock every Thursday right here on Seattle Sports 710, broadcasting live from Bellevue Square Center Court. I am Michael Bumpus with my guy, Not Paul Moyer this week.
Paul Moyer.
Not Paul Moyer this week.
Yes.
I'm sitting here with Big Play Babs.
What a
2-7.
treat. What a treat. You guys finally got the upgrade. That's like riding in coach and somebody tap you on your shoulder and said, hey, we got a first-class seat for you. I'm excited to be back, Bump.
Oh,
Thanks
coach,
for having me.
You're skipping business class. You're going coach straight to first class is what you're doing.
They're kind of the same these days.
Kind of the same these days? Okay, I get you. I get you. How you doing, man? How are the holidays treating you so far?
Well, first of all, I'm so excited to be in front of at least 1,200 screaming fans here at Bellevue Square. Do you guys always get this kind of crowd, or just when I come?
This is a small crowd, actually. We usually get about 5,000, but
5,000?
you know, we'll settle for 1,200. It's all good.
All right, Bump. Sorry, I got downgraded a bit.
No, Big Play Bass. Me and Bass played together back in the day, and all he did was make big plays. So I'm happy that he's here with me on this stage today.
Oh, I got a Christmas note.
Got a card right here from right here.
Okay, well, thank you. Hey, I hope you have a great Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. That's what I'm talking about. Well, thank you so much.
Holiday season. How many of you guys out here are going to Snowflake Lane? You guys done with that stuff?
Snowflake Lane.
One right there?
At least one. Look, if you just walk outside to your car, you're in the middle of Snowflake Lane. It doesn't even matter if you were going
right in the
or
middle
not.
of that thing. I didn't realize it started so close. I thought it started like half a mile around the way, and then it made its way here. No, it starts right there. But just setting the scene for you guys here at Bellevue Square City Court. Like I said, I'm Michael Bumpus. That is Jordan Babineau. Let's reflect a little bit on what we saw last week, Babs. We saw a team that just came out, special teams. You block a kick, so that's cool. Block a PAT. Then you have a PAT block, a punt to the house, a kick return to the house, fumbles on punt return, fumbles on kick return. Man, how rocky was that start for these guys last week?
You know, I mean, it couldn't have been a worse start, especially on the road. One of the things that we've always been taught in that locker room in terms of, getting the mentality for road games is you got to pack your defense, you got to pack your special teams. And in most cases, special teams, they're responsible for winning 3 games throughout the season,
right.
4 games maybe, depending on the goals. But, whether that's field goals, field position, whether that's forcing a fumble or creating a takeaway on special teams, that was not one of the best starts for the Hawks. And I know they've struggled and talked about how to consistently get a fast start. How do they score points on opposing teams early in the first quarter and make it tough? That was one of the worst starts that you could possibly have. But this team has prevailed, and they've done it a number of times throughout the season, and that's why they're in first place in the NFC West.
Babs, I'm looking at that game, and the Jets are driving to go up 28-7. And in my mind, I say if they go up 28-7, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to go down here in New York. But then you got Big Cat dropping into the hook to curl the flat, making a big play. I haven't seen a big man do something like that since '87, dog.
Wow. It kind of flashes back. Who was it? Leon Lett when he, kind of trucked along the 90-something yards before Don Beebe made the great heroic play at the goal line. I'm dating myself a little bit.
AstroTurf.
Yeah, I think it was a snow game too. The best thing about that is that, you talk about one play changing the outcome of the game. The prior play, Aaron Rodgers missed a wide open receiver in the end zone, which most times he normally makes that throw. And the next play, that's just credit to the defense being able to, disguise coverage. It looked like they were showing zero blitz. They emptied the post. Safeties were in coverage on the slot, and Big Cat did something that I didn't do in my 9-year career. Picked off Aaron Rodgers.
I was going to say, I've seen a pick 6 or 2 from you. I was about to say.
Yeah, when he picked off Aaron Rodgers, and not only that, he looked athletic doing it, tipped the pass to himself. Just disguise that was just great disguise by the defense and really made Aaron Rodgers have to do something he didn't want to do. He threw the ball a little earlier than he wanted to, and defense made him pay. Big Cat, player of the week, defensive player of the week this week after a back-to-back 2-sack performance. He's definitely playing at an all-pro level and certainly a big staple to the success and turnaround of that defense.
All right, so I'm going to tap into some bad memories for you and I.
Oh, man, how bad?
Man, we used to go back to the East Coast, and now it's good football, man.
No.
All right, so what do you think it is? I mean, I'm sure obviously you don't know the science behind what Mike McDonald and Pete Carroll had been doing, but what do you see from this team that's been able for them to wake up early in the morning? What is it, 10 o'clock start for us over here, 1 o'clock for them on the East Coast, and still be able to play some good football? It looked like they woke up late, though, because of the way they started the game.
The way they started. I mean, a few of them were out there sleepwalking. I think they've just gotten a better hold on, and again, you know, Pete Carroll had the recipe, but, you know, Snyder's still in the building, so he can share a little bit of that knowledge with Mike McDonald and how they went about the routine. For us, I don't think Coach Holmgren, and I can't even recall that well, but what I'm guessing is that he didn't deviate from his plan. It was always,
right,
you know, we just going to out-execute you. And that wasn't always the case. And what I believe we've seen, at least in terms of getting it right, that even dating back to Pete Carroll, they changed a little bit. So they adapted to the change of that start time. They've had incredible success. But I can recall going back, and you remember this was back in the day, even in St. Louis when the Rams were there, they would barely cut on the lights in the dome. And they would play some slow-ass country music or something and just lull us to sleep. I'm not kidding. It was about 13 people in there total by the time we were warming up on the field. It wasn't a real pro football experience in terms of the ambiance and the energy in that stadium, and it was just lull you to sleep. And but I think, you know, now looking, I don't even think that's an issue moving forward with what this organization has done and the success that they've had under Snyder.
I like to think that Pete Carroll had a little vault in his office and said, hey, Mike, when you travel to the East Coast, here's the code to that vault, and here's the recipe. This is how we got it done. But we've also seen this defense take a step forward. And to me, when I watch film, the first thing that sticks out is just, man, the gaps are filled, the edge is set, the alleys are filled, the coverage is good over the top. I mean, over the last 3 or 4 games, we've seen this defense take a big step. Over the last 3 games, they're the 6th best defense in the game right now. What are you seeing out of this defense, and why do you think that they should be able to continue what they've been doing?
You know, the first thing that's pretty obvious, and Seahawks fans would agree, they're stopping the run. You know, it's hard to play really good ball at this level if you can't stop the run. I mean, you date back until, you know, the last 3 games coming out of that bye. They go down to Santa Clara, play the Niners. I mean, they still rush for, you know, over 120 yards, but it wasn't as big of a plays that we saw, at least even in the first game when they played the Niners. First down, you know, Shanahan was clipping off about 7 or 8 yards a pop on first down. You know how easy that is as a player? I would say easy, but it's a little lighter of a lift calling a play on 2nd and 3.
Yeah.
You know, and demoralizing to a defense when you're losing those early downs and they're able to move the ball at 8 yards, 7 yards a pop. Pretty soon they're going to break a 20-something yard run. And we just haven't seen that. You know, obviously there's been a lot of change at the second level. The linebackers are no longer there. They brought in Ernest Jones. Tyrese Knight is stepping up. These guys are tackle machines. And that's part of the recipe of McDonald's defense. It's play stout up front, find penetration in that one dog up front that makes it easier for the other players. Leonard Williams being that dog, making it, I'd say easier, but creating those one-on-one matchups for the Boye Mafes of the, you know, to get, you know, pressure and beat a tackle. And then now you're seeing, you know, and the back end secondary making plays. Pick 6, Kobe Bryant stepping in there. You bring it back Rayshon Jenkins, who's, you know, went on the IR and now is healthy. So they're getting healthy at the right time, and they're playing good football at the right time moving into the last 4 or 5 games of the season.
Real quick, about 30, 40 seconds. This is something I appreciate about John Schneider at this point of his career, is that he ain't afraid to make changes. Linebacker spot, Baker, you're not getting it done. Dotson, you're not getting it done. We respect you for who you are. Bring another guy in, elevate a rookie. Return game. Laviska Shenault, he sat on this couch right here, man. I feel bad for my guy. Took one to the house, but you drop a couple of kicks. Thank you for your service, your route, and then now D. Williams, who has been released as well. But that's the reality of the NFL. I think people don't really realize that is it's a performance-based business. Unless you are a first-round pick, second-round pick, you can get got. And I appreciate John Schneider and these guys for making those adjustments.
We've seen this organization really transition because in the early 2000s under Coach Holmgren's leadership, they were pretty respectful of their draft picks and investments in that draft class. And it was hard for them to eliminate, those draft picks through cutting. They gave them every opportunity. Now, I think it's even harder. And for you and I who made the club as undrafted free agents, I don't even know how undrafted free agents are even finding roster spots. There aren't enough plays throughout the preseason for you to even get a fair chance. And it's definitely got a lot harder, but we've seen this organization really transition its profile and persona from that perspective, and now they're not afraid to make those changes because the urgency to win is now.
All right. Well, we are just getting started. Thank you all you guys for showing up on this Thursday. When we come back, we'll hear from defensive lineman Roy Robertson Harris. That is next right here on Hawk Slides. I'm Michael Bumpus. That's Jordan Babineau.
It's picked off. Leo Williams, he's running like a racehorse.
This Sunday, the Seahawks hope to bolster their lead in the West as they head to Glendale.
Holy smokes, are you kidding? Leo Williams is going to take it in for a touchdown. Seahawks.
Hawks, Cardinals in a consequential rematch.
JSN makes the catch down to the 20-yard line. Are you kidding me? Holy catfish.
Kickoff 105, pregame starting at 10 on your home for the Hawks, Seattle Sports.
Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends and explore the lively nightlife scene. The Dining District at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at BellevueCollection.com/dining district.
So here's the deal with Mariners season ticket memberships. You've got two great options. With a Flex membership, you have the freedom to pick your seats, games, and number of tickets whenever you want. Or if you like knowing where you're sitting all season long, go with a reserved membership and lock in your seats from day one. Both plans get you access to exclusive pre-sales, year-round discounts, special event invites, and more. Check it out at Mariners.com/25.
Now Raleigh wins it in the 10th inning for the Mariners.
Lovebirds, you're in for a treat. With your holiday proposal just around the corner, Shane Company is here to help you create your dream engagement ring. This is your moment. Let's make it magical. Through 4 generations as a family business, we've helped tons of couples find a beautiful engagement ring for a price that works with their budget. We've always sourced diamonds directly, cut out the middleman, and passed the savings on to you. At Shane Company, we have the widest selection of ring settings and center stones, in stock and ready to compare side by side. It's so easy. Choose a look that brings your vision to life. From classic styles to modern designs, we have them all. Then pick out a natural or lab-grown diamond, a sapphire in your favorite color, or a vibrant gemstone like ruby or amethyst. With our everyday competitive prices and free lifetime warranty, your forever after is safe with us. Visit shaneco.com and come see us in store. We've got your dream ring and fine jewelry gifts for everyone on your list. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
You know what's really getting old? Having to do more with less. With Ramp, you can do more with more. Ramp is the corporate card and expense management software that saves businesses like yours an average of 5%. That's more for you to invest back into your operations, your staff, your bottom line, you name it. And that means less time spent on manual tasks, less time spent closing your books, and less time spent worrying about where your money went. All with Ramp.
I grew my hospitality company fast. So fast that we actually felt serious growing pains. Ramp helped us automate our manual expense tracking, saving the team valuable time. Now we have more time to spend on what really matters, our guests and their experience.
Ramp gives you more time, more visibility, and more control over your business. Don't settle for anything less. Start using Ramp for free today at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's RAMP.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Between his hobbies and decades of work in a boatyard, Philip had put his body through a lot.
I'm an avid fly fisherman and an avid skier. It takes its toll.
Not to mention one other thing.
I had a near-fatal motorcycle accident. Absolutely obliterated my lower left leg again.
Philip couldn't live with the pain anymore, so he decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
Listening to all these radio spots, I said, what do I got to lose?
What was your experience like with Dr. Wagner?
What I was so impressed with Mark about is that how often you have a surgery like this, and the guy calls you the next day to see how you're doing. I can't say enough good things about the guy, honestly.
And how are you feeling now?
I have no pain, none. Zero.
Wow. So would you recommend stem cell therapy to others?
I'm a fan, believe me. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Saying goodbye to my electric blanket. That's right. I've got an electric blanket. It's John Curley. We're not going to need it anymore because Home Comfort Alliance installed my heat pump, giving me dependable heating and AC while improving my air quality and comfort without my good old electric blanket. As a top Lennox Premier partner, Home Comfort Alliance has a long history of 5-star customer satisfaction. Call the comfort people and ask for the Curly Cash discount. Currently up to $4,000 in combined rebates and discounts. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
Welcome back to Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. I'm Michael Bumpus. I'm here with my guy, Jordan Babineau. Your last name allowed me to understand how to pronounce that last part of your name, because working for the CW, we go to the ACC. There's a lot of down south influence. You know, the French Louisianians and all that good stuff. So I appreciate you. Just knowing you allows me to know how to pronounce, you know, some last names out there. So I'm forever indebted to you.
You are indeed. But thank you for the appetizers and getting me here today. We're hanging out over at Legion. You know, Cam Chancellor and Richard Sherman's bar right across the way. You guys never had a chance to make it on down there. Good little small bites, nice little ambiance.
No, not yet. We're going to give out tickets and all that good stuff, and then you could advertise it all you want to.
All right, let's do it.
Not yet.
What we got then?
All
what we got then?
Well,
Tee me up.
I'll tell you what. We're waiting on Roy Robinson Harris. He was at the Cheesecake Factory, and it must have been popping. It must have been popping because he couldn't get his check in time. So we'll vamp a little bit. If he gets here on time, all good. If not, then we shall adjust. That's what we do. That is football. We adjust. But Roy's on the defensive line. My man was a safety. He's in the back. He has a panoramic view of everything that's going on. And when we were talking to him and I knew that you were coming on the show, my first question was, I got to ask Babs, like, how does a defensive lineman help kind of paint the picture for you guys on the back end?
Yeah, you know, well, one of the things that we're responsible for on the back end is making sure the guys in front of us are right. You know, that's what I did. So Lofa Tatupu, who I know is listening right now, Leroy Hill, who I know is listening right now, and Julian Peterson, like every time that they screwed up a gap, I had to make them right. And that was how we played defense back then. These guys
So you're just yelling at them? You are like, hey, Loaf, what's your approach? How are you talking to them?
Well, I was like, really was, much of it was just kind of on the fly because, you know, we just like adjusted that way. Ken Hamlin was the other safety, and I mostly played the box. So I was the down guy, to the 8th man in the box, you know, cleaning things up, and really enjoyed it. I mean, talk about a great time, and I don't know, Lofa and Leroy are probably, you know, hanging out together right now, and I wish I was there. But these guys were phenomenal athletes, and it's you know, what I see, the transition from coordinators back when I played, you know, over the change. You know, it was John Marshall and Ray Rhodes at the time under Coach Holmgren. And then transitioning to Coach KIRO, Ken Norton, and Chris Richard, the safeties were a vital part of the success of the defense.
Yeah.
But now you look at the regiment now and the changes that have made in Mike McDonald's defense, and the key players in the defense are at the second level, the linebackers. I mean, they are machines, and how the defensive line plays just helps every level moving backwards, and you're seeing success. I mean, we didn't. The early part of the season, while I think a lot of it was just based on energy, and many people, say that we didn't play like great teams and great quarterbacks. The Jacoby Brissetts of the world. We had the rookie Bo Nix, the early 3-game win streak. I think a lot of it was emotion too as well. Now you're seeing this defense settle into themselves, kind of form and have their own identity, and much of it is a part of what you're talking about, the success of the D-line.
All right, so the D-line sets the tone, second level cleans it up, and then the back end is there for safety, hence the word free safety and strong safety. Transitioning over to the Arizona Cardinals, when I watch them on defense, the film, they have one of the best safeties to play the game in Budda Baker. They also have a couple of good linebackers. What do you see when you look at this, whether it's offense or defense? Just break down your initial thoughts of the Cardinals.
The Cardinals, well, offensively, I mean, I would start on the offensive side of the ball. That's where my threats are, specifically Kyler Murray. Again, he's just a wild card in terms of his ability to escape and use his legs to extend plays, and certainly the run game, which was a non-factor when we played him in a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But James Conner, has already have 4 100-yard rushing games. He's had a lot of success in terms of how they go about calling the plays. But Seahawks got on track, and the Cardinals were the hot team. I mean, they lost the last 2, but I mean, they were riding a 4-game win streak with a bye week coming into Lumen Field. And, I think the Seahawks have found something over the last 3 weeks where they started to create and form their identity, mostly defensively. And speaking of defense.
Hey, there it is.
Dun, 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 dun.
There we go. We start with that D-line. We're joined by now Roy Robinson-Harris, your defensive lineman for the Seattle Seahawks. Roy, we appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us on a Thursday. Not a convenient day,
It's all good.
but we appreciate you, man.
You guys got me here?
Yeah, we got you.
For sure.
Loud and clear.
100, man. When they picked you up, I looked at where you were and what you were doing. You were out in London, right?
Yeah, we usually go out for 2 games, and trade happened in the middle of the trip.
So you were out in London, fly to Seattle, then go to Atlanta. I don't think people realize what that does to the body. What was that whole experience like for you?
I was hurting, man. So after that, I was happy we had 2 home games back to back. But we got the dub in Atlanta, so that was most important.
Yep.
And then I got to come enjoy Lumen Field for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Certainly a different path. I mean, I think I'll share this with you because you may not know, but 3 of us have something in common. All undrafted free agents that made it to the NFL, and certainly this is your 8th season, I believe, and you've had a chance to, move around the league. You've played in a lot of games. You've been a starter. Talk about this journey from UTEP. By the way, it's a Texas thing, and we'll get into that later. Got a Cali guy. We'll talk about this Texas Cali. Don't worry, we got time for it. I'm just setting it up. We'll talk about your experience, leaving UTEP and then, that journey into the NFL as an undrafted free agent.
Well, man, there was a lot of uncertainty. I wasn't sure, how everything was going to play out. First day at OTAs, coming into the room, the OLB room, and I saw all those guys established and, Pro Bowlers, guys that had their bag already. I'm like, man, how am I going to make this team? And long story short, played special teams, handled my business, was able to get some good looks on defense, and enjoyed my time in Chicago. Was fortunate enough to get signed in Jacksonville and extended out there and enjoyed my time there. And God said it was time to come to Seattle.
Hey, you ready? What you don't know, he from Oakland, though.
Yeah. He was born in
I'm
Oakland.
from L.A., but I'm from Cali.
For sure.
He was born in Oakland.
I'm just saying,
but he played high school ball in Texas.
That's fine. He got both.
So 50-50.
You tried to claim all of them. I got half.
Yeah, you go. You got a bid.
Give me that half.
Right.
I love the defensive lineman is such a position that is thankless sometimes. Like, people don't realize how important you guys are. When did you make that transition to D-line in your career, and you knew, like, all right, this is going to be it. I'm taking on double teams. It's getting grimy in here.
Yeah, well, in college I was a 4-down end. In high school I was we were in a 3-3 front, so I've always played D-line.
Yep.
People assume that I was an outside linebacker just because I came in as a linebacker in
Yep.
Chicago. They deemed me athletic, and I can, I'm big, I can move and everything. I've always been a D lineman. Moved inside when I put weight on, and they were like, "Okay, you're a big athletic guy. We can really use you and
Yep.
everything." It just worked out.
Yep.
That's awesome. I tell you what, the other thing that I found out about you that we all have in common again, that you're a golfer. I hear you hitting that ball this day. Come on, tell me about your game. You got a handicap, or what's your game?
I'm still in the 20s, man. I got a bad slice. My pro shot is beautiful, man. Anything 150 in, 150 in, I'm good to go. But still working on that tee-off shot, man.
What you're saying is you're a great scramble player.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you need me on your scramble team, I'm good to go.
What got you in the game? I'll tell you what got me into the game. Being in the locker room and seeing guys like Babs and all these dudes disappear. And I'm like, where y'all going? And they come back talking about their rounds. I'm like, I got to get into it. What got you into it?
Man, just same thing, man. Seeing guys. I mean, I lived in Florida for a few years, so where we stay out in Jacksonville, it's a golf course every mile and a half, 2 miles. So you see it all the time, man. Just being around guys that play, and I just got into it. Got me some custom clubs that fit me good, and just getting out there, man. I could have a bad game, I could play a good game. Just being out there with the guys and just vibing and. It's good. It's peaceful, and especially you go to a nice course. You know how it is. You get to a nice course, you can enjoy the views and everything like that. So,
no rush.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody hitting on you.
Exactly. Yeah, man. So it's a good vibe, man. Outside the ball, man, it really just gives me peace.
Hopefully, you get a chance to play some golf. There's some great golf courses here in the Pac Northwest.
Yeah,
so
that's what I hear.
Off season, get ready, bring your clubs.
No doubt.
Not in the next three months.
He don't want to know. I hit him up like, Babs, get me on the country course real quick, man. He the guy to know.
Yeah, we'll get you. We'll get you right. We'll get you right. Look, as far as I know, all men from Texas can cook. I hear you're a big man, so I know you like to eat.
Oh yeah, man.
And you're a foodie, somewhat. I hear you're a foodie. So
yes, sir.
let me first of all, I'm gonna ask you a little bit about your cooking game. What's your favorite dish to cook or easiest dish to cook? Don't have to look at a recipe. I could do it unmeasured.
Well, I'm not big on cooking. I let wifey do that, but I'm on a smoker though. I do brisket, beef ribs, chicken.
That's a Texas thing. They ain't smoking no brisket. Y'all eating avocados.
What you mean?
Y'all smoking avocados in California.
Don't you test my grandpa.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that,
Who
man.
smokes avocados in Cali? All right, so I want to run you through this gauntlet real quick. It'll be a little fast response. It'll be a little game called this or that. You ready?
Okay, I got you.
All right, here we go. Pasta or rice?
Pasta.
Fried or barbecue?
Ooh, barbecue.
Salad or fries?
I'm gonna go salad, man. I gotta stay healthy,
Stop,
bro.
bro.
I gotta stay healthy,
Right
bro.
now.
Because I'm gonna go
Right now.
crazy. Yeah, but
All
off
right.
season I'm going fries for sure.
All right, so now you don't have a choice to be healthy. Cake or pie?
Ooh, cake all day.
All day.
Come on,
Okay.
man.
Home cook or takeout?
Oh, home cook.
Beer or wine?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go wine. I've been on the wine lately. I've been on the sake lately, which is rice wine for anybody that doesn't know. So
Okay.
I've been on the wine lately. But if I'm listening to some country, I definitely gotta have me a cold one.
All right.
Got some country. All right, last one. Pancakes or waffles?
Oh, waffles.
Waffles all day.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say French toast. I'm a big French toast guy. If you got good
Me as
French
well.
toast, I'm there.
Yep. Me
Yes,
as
sir.
well.
Yes, sir.
I'm the same. My wife hates it. It's like I gotta make French toast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get back to football, man. It's been fun to see what the defense is doing, and I'm sure when you were at Jacksonville, you're not keeping up on what the Hawks defense is doing and all that good stuff. But since you and Ernest have come over, and then with the leadership of Big Cat and everybody else, the defense, it seems like they're meshing. Like, what do you think it is? Is it as simple as guys just believing in their assignments, the coaching? Like, how do we measure this?
Guys are just believing in each other, man. Everybody's coming together at the right time. What is it, week 13 now? So, I mean, this is the perfect time for us to get a good roll, man. And guys are trusting each other, believing in each other, speaking the same language on the field, trusting the coaches, trusting the scheme. And we'll go out there, it's showing. Even in practice, guys are able to communicate, and it shows up. It shows up in practice, shows up in the games.
Yep.
Last few games, 14 points against the Jets last week, 6 against Arizona, kept them out of the end zone, and 17 against a Shanahan offense that has given the Seahawks problems for the last several years. And all of that was to, Big Cat, and his play up front. What is it like playing next to a guy like Leonard Williams and the game plan that offenses have to prepare for with someone like that? And what does it do for you in getting those one-on-one opportunities?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I never played with a dude like Leonard, man. Big Cat is a different dude. He's a game wrecker, and man, he just knows the opponent before he gets out there, and he has shown this season. But man, super humble dude, great communicator. He's a great teammate, man. Great dude to be around.
So when I was with the Hawks, there's always a couple Washington State guys sprinkled on the team.
He's throwing that in there, by the way.
You know what I mean?
Just so you know.
Sprinkle in there. You got a UTEP, brother on the team, a bit younger than you.
Yeah.
You guys ever connect and just talk about your experiences over there?
Oh, for sure, man. We
Tyrese Knight, by the way.
Yeah, T Knight. Yeah, man. We so I linked up with him the first day I got in, man. I had to talk to my UTEP. Anytime I talk to any UTEP guys, it's always love, man, because there's only a handful of us in the league, and guys that I play with, we're still playing. Aaron Jones, Eric Tomlinson, Will Hernandez. So, man, super proud of T Knight being drafted and handling his business and coming into the league and doing his thing, man. The past few weeks he's been handling his business and just playing good linebacker play, man. So super proud of him coming out the Tech, man.
Yep.
For sure.
That's awesome. I told you we were going to get back to that Texas and California conversation in terms of the best athletes. You've been on both sides. You played Texas ball. What is it like playing Texas high school football? We'll start there. And then you tell me, just from your professional opinion, the best athletes, Texas, California.
He played high school football in Texas.
Stop it.
Hey, man, I love Cali. I love the Bay. I love where I'm from. But look, Texas, man, Texas puts out the best football players in the country. That's point blank.
Let me say something.
That's facts. It's done. There's nothing to say.
Can I talk? I ain't gonna lie. Football's different in Texas.
Football
just is
different, bro.
Like, it just is. As much as I want to put on for Cali, and then like I'm okay being number 2 or number 3. It's just different when you have 30,000 seats in a high school stadium. When you have civilians saying, "Tax me, I'm willing to pay for this stadium." It's just different. So I ain't even going front. It's different, but and then JSN is from Texas. Obviously a baller out there. So no, I got much love and respect for Texas.
I still think, by the way, I gotta check my facts.
What you got?
Texas has produced currently has the most NFL players, most players in the league by state.
Who's
by
next?
state.
Who's next?
Florida, probably.
Yeah.
Texas, Florida, Cali.
I ain't mad.
Maybe Georgia and Cali. That's a close one for third.
Georgia and Cali?
That's a close for third.
Georgia up there too now. I say Georgia number 4. Georgia number 4.
Now you just being disrespectful. I need somebody from Cali up here on the stage with me real quick, man. Goodness gracious. But no, it's all love and respect, man. And you've been able to carve out like a good career, man. And I think that people don't realize there's always a stat that goes out there every year where it's like there's X amount of high school players, X amount of college players, and then so-and-so like 1.5 make it to the league. I mean, the undrafted route is a crazy route. We all have been there and understand it. What was it about you that allowed you to kind of find your path and build this career that you have?
Just trusting the guys around me, man, and trusting the advice that I get. You know what I mean? It's crazy looking back, 8-9 years ago coming in undrafted, but just stuck to the plan and stuck to the grind,
There it is. Hey,
we running out?
Yeah, we about to wrap.
We got to wrap. I wanted to give him a chance to talk about his charitable interests. I know you got his My Cause, My Cleats, and you got foundations, and you support the Big Brothers, Big Sisters. I know a lot about that as well. Give a chance to speak to the charitable work that you do in the community.
So a little over a year ago, I started my foundation, Inspiring Greatness Foundation. We're here to basically help inner city youth and single mothers. I grew up with a single mother, and she's here with me today, and she's done everything she could to help me get to where I am today. Huge part of my life, and so I'm trying to make sure I give back to any single mothers that need help, anything financial wise, any supplies that their children may need for school, or just anything that we can do to help. That's pretty much the target of my foundation. That's the goal of my foundation.
What's your mom's name?
Travell Robertson.
Travell, we love you. We appreciate you.
That's
you made
awesome,
a beautiful
Roy.
young man right here.
That's awesome.
All right, man. That is Roy Robinson Harris. We appreciate you guys hanging out. When we come back, we'll talk to Charles Cross. That's next here on Hawks Live.
For Down Territory, going inside the game with former Cougs and Seahawks wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
How can A.J. Barner become even more of a factor for the Seahawks offense?
Well, he's getting there. Scored his second NFL touchdown last week. If he wants to be a bigger contributor in the pass game, he's got to just get violent in the run game. You look at the best tight ends in the game, they can block. And then once you become a great blocker, you learn how to fake the block.
For Down Territory, every day at 11:15 and 1:15 on Bump and Stacy.
Is chronic pain beginning to make your everyday life a challenge? Then call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, with Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. With over 30 years of experience, no one has more experience in pain medicine techniques and stem cell therapy than Dr. Nelson. And here's what a satisfied patient had to say.
I was experiencing severe neck pain, kind of radiating from my shoulders up into my head. And it was pretty severe, and it lasted for about a year. So I went to see Dr. Nelson, and after I got the stem cell treatment, I had positive results within a week, and it just got better from there. And to this day, I can't believe I used to be in such pain. He was just an incredible doctor. Everything about the place was just fantastic.
So don't let pain control your life. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD. Call 425-823-4000 today. That's 425-823-4000 or go to danielnelsonmd.com.
Tune in this Sunday as your Seattle Seahawks take on Arizona. Kickoff at 1:05 p.m. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, proud sponsor of the Seattle Seahawks and the Northwest's biggest and best casino.
If the playoff picture has you stressed, let us give you something to breathe easy about. Hey, it's Dr. Ryan Stern of the Stern Sinus Center. Let us fix your ear, nose, and throat problems. Let's make your congestion, sinusitis, snoring, and allergies a non-issue. We can diagnose and treat everything, from allergy workups and treatments to modern nasal breathing procedures to advanced balloon sinuplasty. Come see us in Federal Way and Auburn or at sternsinus.com. That's sternsinus.com.
You gotta love football season, but when it comes to your windows and doors, you don't want any fumbles. Steve Rabel here, reminding you to trust locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington to tackle your project. Their selection of windows and doors can't be beat, and they'll give you top-notch customer service with no trick plays. Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear-out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here with a little help, little advice for all of you homeowners out there. You can save a bit of money by getting your roof replaced right now during what's usually a slower season. Riverside Roofing is open and available. They can work quickly to take advantage of these dry days and get your roof replaced quickly. All these storms, they do damage to Western Washington homes. So if you have a leak or you've noticed some shingles have blown off, save some money. Replace your roof right now with the roofing company you can trust. That's Riverside Roofing, always evolving to provide value for their customers. First, it was the GAF Master Elite certification, which allows them to offer the best warranties on the market. Then it was implementing the catch-all system, which assures your yard is clear of harmful debris. And now Riverside Roofing LLC.com also provides Quick Quote, which offers a roof replacement cost in just 60 seconds. Always improving, never satisfied with the status quo. That's Riverside SouthsideRoofingLLC.com, and they are the roofing company you can trust.
Hi, I'm Steve Almond from Pacific Power Batteries. In the past, I've suggested steering away from glitzy and non-essential Christmas presents like jewelry and things containing potpourri. At Pacific Power Batteries, we believe that just about everyone would appreciate a good booster pack under the tree, right? Yeah. So go ahead and make an enlightening statement with a snazzy new flashlight or headlamp for a present and put a little in the holidays with something from Pacific Power Batteries.
I started Davis Law Group in 1994 to fight for the underdog. And as our team has grown, we've stayed true to that mission. Today, Davis Law Group is known for providing excellent service and even better results. Visit WashingtonAccidentBooks.com to get your free book on car accident law.
Subscribe to the Seattle Sports YouTube page to find new and exclusive content from your favorite shows and personalities daily. Just head to YouTube, search Seattle Sports, and click subscribe. Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
This is Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. I'm Michael Bumpus with my guy Jordan Babineau. And now, oh yeah, the people are hyped. You know why they're hyped? Because we're about to talk to Charles Cross. Charles, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing well. How about yourselves?
We're good, man. Can't complain. It's the holiday season. It's a Thursday, and we're talking to you, man. Something I like to check in with folks, man, because the holidays, or we're in the holiday season. Thanksgiving just went by. You're week 13. Man, how's the body? How's the mental? How's the spirit?
I'm feeling well. With this being my third year up here, I feel like I pretty much, got my routine down packed. Body feeling good, mind feeling good. Like everything's in line.
That's awesome to hear, Cross. Look, I know, thanks for taking time out, jumping on a call. We'd love to have you down here. You ought to see the scene right now. It's at least 1,500 screaming 12s fans here, and I tell you, the line for autographs might be just a little bit too much to handle. But, look, talk about the success of the team over the last 3 weeks since the bye week. What's changed?
I feel like just our mentality has been, go 1-0 each week, and us just playing well together. Offense depending on defense, defense depending on offense, and just playing complementary football.
Man, what's it like preparing for a team you just saw a couple of weeks ago? When I was on my show, the Bumpin' Station show, I said, man, it's almost like they hand you the same scouting report and said, all right, there's a couple wrinkles they threw in there, but they're pretty much the same team. What's it like for you guys?
Yeah, it really just looking at the wrinkles they put in, seeing how they do things differently, like what they changed, and like you said, pretty much going against the same guys. So just being detailed, extra detailed. This is the second time playing them, so we just dive into the details and working to execute.
All right, Charles, here we go. First and goal on the 1-yard line. Call your play.
QB sneak.
Hey, is it in the playbook? I think all of the 12s want to know. Is it in the short yardage play call sheet?
Yeah, we got it in there. We got it in there for sure.
Charles, don't tell him too much, man. Don't tell him too much. Don't tell him too much.
You guys are pretty close to unlocking the run game, though, in all seriousness. And I know Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet are really working hard to really find some balance, particularly after, Ryan Grubb is, felt to have been a little pass heavy in the first half of the season. How close are you guys to unlocking the real potential of what this run game can do for the offense?
I feel like we definitely heading in the right direction. We gelling well. We playing well at a great time in the season. I feel like we're there. We're there. Continuing to execute and play at a high level and everyone be on the same page. And those guys got a lot of success coming their way, and that helps the team and it helps me. And I'm excited for those guys to get the opportunity to do it.
Hey, man, I know that, you're a veteran in the game now, and you've seen guys come and go on that offensive line, and you don't play next to this guy, but what is it like having your boy Abe Lucas back, and what does that do for the offensive line room?
Man, Abe being back, it's a great thing, man. He's a very smart, physical, tough guy. Man, he's just a great player overall. he understands the game well, and he's a great asset to our team.
You know, Charles, I think one of the most fascinating things, at least in my time in the locker room, is that the build-up that it takes to get to game day, and getting yourself healthy, acclimated with the conditions, getting back ready for performance, high performance. Do you have certain routines or things that you always do on game day, or things that you do during the week to get yourself ready for Sunday?
Yeah, I feel like over the past couple of years, I definitely created a routine, tweaked it at times, and just prepping throughout the week, make sure my body's ready for practice to game is definitely something that I been big into this year. Just trying to make sure I'm prepared at my best, mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Charles, I go back and I talk to my kids, and they ask me if I can change anything, what would you change? And I said, maybe I would have played DB if I can go back and do it. If you could shape your body into whatever you wanted, right? I know you're a big man, so you got to play on that D or O line. If you could play any other position, what position would you want to try?
I wouldn't want to play any other position.
Straight up.
There it is.
There it is. Simple as that.
Play another position.
Hey, security. Hey, that's
surprising to hear, man. I know you have, because I know when offensive linemen see the running back break a big one, it kind of have some reminiscent days of younger Pop Warner when they was a little jitterbug. Did you play any skill positions, or you were just your whole life, always moving piles and moving people?
So in my hometown, when you played Little League, they had a weight limit on the ball carrier, and unfortunately, I was above that weight limit.
Fortunately, because it turned out well.
Yeah, it did, though.
All right, well, you know what he said? This is all I wanted to do.
It's all he wanted to do.
And you're doing it at a high level, Charles, man. We appreciate you taking time out of your Thursday and hanging out with us, man.
Big
we'll
Cross,
talk
give
to
us
you
one
soon.
more thing. Give us one more thing, Big Cross.
Okay.
No, you got to go. We out of here. Gosh, dog it,
Appreciate
man.
you, Charles, man.
Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to have to stop at the VMAC and come check you out.
Okay.
All right, Cross, man. Have a great game on Sunday.
Hey.
Thank you.
Somebody tell Big Play how this works here. You guys who have been here. All right, we got breaks we got to hit. We got time we got to hit.
I thought this was a talk show. It's not a commercial show.
When we come back, man, we live on the radio, bro.
Y'all didn't say we were live.
We'll go around the NFL. That's next here on Hawks Live.
The Mike McDonald Show, the first word from the head coach after every Seahawks game.
The big cat, how good was he? I don't know if he could have topped the week before, but I think he might have done it. Can he do 3 in a row? I don't know, we'll find out. This guy's really good. I think what we're seeing now is just kind of when preparation meets opportunity. I mean, I think he's been playing great throughout the course of the season. So, like I said last week, it's great to see that he's got kind of some numbers and some production to go behind some of all that hustle,
Don't miss the Mike McDonald Show the morning after the Hawks game at 9:30 on Seattle Sports.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY, and I want to talk to you about the holidays. They're a time for friends, family, good food, and ugly sweaters. But they're also when cops are out in full force, looking to pull you over and find evidence of DUI. During the holiday months at 1-800-DUI-AWAY, we see DUI arrests skyrocket. So if instead of carolers coming to your house, it's a summons to court, call 1-800-DUI-AWAY. We have over 25 years of experience keeping the holidays joyous, because too much of Grandma Betty's eggnog can easily take you on a midnight sleigh ride to jail. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com to set up a free private consultation in Seattle, Bellevue, Everett, or Tacoma. Don't drink and drive this holiday season, because if you're caught driving with a nose too red and cheeks too jolly, you'll be calling 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY! It's the holiday season and the perfect time to gift yourself with a new home for the new year. For a limited time, take advantage of incredible savings and incentives during D.R. Horton's It's Your Year savings event, going on now through December 22nd. Your perfect home for every holiday season is waiting for you. To find yours, visit any of our participating D.R. Horton communities or visit us at drhorton.com and discover the D.R. Horton difference. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Have you considered surgery or even joint replacement? Hey, it's Dave Wyman, and before you make that decision, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Why? Because he gives it to you straight. Dr. Wagner said my right knee needs replacement, and I appreciate his honesty and expertise. My left knee is fine right now, but the minute it isn't, I'm heading to Dr. Wagner for his expert opinion. I want to avoid another surgery, and I've heard so many patients rave about results from their 90-minute outpatient stem cell procedure with Dr. Wagner. He's a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience and has performed more than 20,000 stem cell procedures using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. People with severe osteoarthritis, even bone on bone, are back doing what they enjoy without pain and without surgery. Whether it's a shoulder, hip, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
When you bring joy to a child's holiday, something happens. Your holiday season becomes more joyful too. Join Les Schwab and Fox 13 for the Les Schwab Fox 13 Toy Drive. Simply drop off new unwrapped toys at any one of the 83 Western Washington Les Schwab Tire Centers now through December 16th. Every child should get new toys for the holidays. It's the Les Schwab Fox 13 Toy Drive, happening now.
Roof now, pay later. Hi, I'm Sam Thomason, owner of State Roofing. Take advantage of our zero down, zero payments, and zero interest for up to a year. We've partnered with leading lenders to make the replacement or repair of your roof affordable. Flexible financing options are available to take the worry out of an unexpected expense. Call us today at 866-ROOF-ROOF to schedule a free no-obligation estimate or visit us at stateroofing.com. That's stateroofing.com.
State Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need. Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
You are listening to Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. The show starts at 7 every Thursday right here on Seattle Sports 710, broadcasting live from Bellevue Square Center Court. I am Michael Bumpus, along with Jordan Babineau. So, last time the Hawks played the Cardinals, they held them to 49 yards rushing. Kyler Murray had 9 yards rushing. Last week against the Vikings, who only allow around 75 yards per game when it comes to the rush game, they allowed about, $150 or something like that, something close to that. They got things going. But when you look at what the Hawks were able to do the last time they played the Cardinals, what did you see, and how do you think that can transfer to this week's game?
Yeah, the one thing that stands out, at least offensively, that probably has garnered some attention is their tight end, Trey McBride. I mean, I think he went for over 100 yards against the Hawks in the first game.
130.
You look at his numbers, 92 targets this season, 13 most in the NFL, and he missed the game. I think the other thing, too, about a guy like Trey, it's probably fascinating, too, is he's yet to score a touchdown.
Crazy.
It's
a receiving touchdown. I believe he has like a
receiving
rushing touchdown and something else going on.
I think a fumble recovery. A rushing touchdown, fumble recovery. But I think the tight end position for the Cardinals, that has been a bright spot for them. James Conner's been dealing with some nursing some injuries. Their run game has kind of wavered a little bit. But again, the bright spot again in the passing game is that tight end position.
Yeah, the tight ends, the Hawks have had a tough time with some tight ends. Obviously, George Kittle had a couple of touchdowns the first time they played him. I believe he had one the second time, Trey McBride. So then I look at the safeties, because typically the safeties and the nickel are the ones who are going to handle the tight ends. And Julian Love has had himself a good season. What have you seen out of Jay Love? Because it feels like a Pro Bowl season to me, Babs.
Again, back-to-back, right? How special would that be? That hadn't happened at the safety position for the Hawks since I want to say Earl did it a few years ago. But I think Julian Love has been a staple. No drop off from last year's success. Yep. He's definitely been available, given all of the changes that's happened in the secondary, and then still kind of helping the young players mature. So I see him high on the ballot for Pro Bowl. 12, you guys are responsible for getting Jay Love to the Pro Bowl again this season.
Come on now.
And I think voting is already open, that sort of thing. But yeah, Jay Love is. He's have definitely a matchup challenge with Trey Bryant and down in Arizona.
It's fun to see the maturation of J Love. He's already been a mature guy, but the maturation in his role as far as here in Seattle, because he played behind Quandre and Jamal, and he was trying to scraping to find some playing time, and now he's the guy. And you look at that safety room, man, you got some guys over there, man. Kobe has stepped up and is doing a good job. So I feel really good about the safety position. I feel really good about the Seahawks' chances against the Cardinals this weekend. Okay, short and sweet for this one, but you guys don't go anywhere. When we come back, we will go around the NFL. What is catching your eyes and your ears? That is next here on Hawks Live.
Seattle Sports, your home for Bump and Stacy.
Some great news for the Seahawks. Uchenna Nwosu has been activated from the injured reserve.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
How much more confident does that make you against the Cardinals?
I'm not counting on Uchenna. I'm counting on the guys who have been there 3, 4, 5 weeks. I think Uchenna is just extra. And I think that's a luxury. It's a luxury to be having this defense playing the way that they're playing, and you're getting more depth with a guy who you expected to lead the charge.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get even more savings this holiday season by becoming a Milo's Rewards member. Don't miss new member deals dropping every week, like $15 off a purchase of $50 or more on select Bounty, Charmin, and Puffs paper products. Plus, get free standard shipping with Silver Key status. Just one more way Lowe's is here to help you shop, save, and enjoy the holidays. Join for free today. Milo's Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change. Exclusions and more terms apply. Visit Lowe's.com/shipping terms for details.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
The Pacific Northwest is the perfect backdrop for the holiday season. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law reminds us that the roadways don't always agree.
It's that combination of additional travel, changes in routine, and winter weather that make this the most dangerous time of the year to be behind the wheel.
Any safety tips to help commuters keep the holidays joyful?
The number one cause of accidents remains distracted driving, even during the holidays. So store that cell phone in a place that eliminates temptation. It's imperative we set the example for our teens. Also, be aware of abrupt changes in the weather and prepare for it. Sometimes it's as simple as allowing additional distance for following or stopping. Lastly, make sure your vehicle is properly maintained for winter.
That includes four-wheel drive and chains when required at the pass. Please follow these safety precautions from my good friends at Pendergast Law and keep you and your neighbors safe this holiday season.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pendergast Law.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
You know what's really getting old? Having to do more with less. With Ramp, you can do more with more. Ramp is the corporate card and expense management software that saves businesses like yours an average of 5%. That's more for you to invest back into your operations, your staff, your bottom line, you name it. And that means less time spent on manual tasks, less time spent closing your books, and less time spent worrying about where your money went. All with Ramp.
I grew my hospitality company fast. So fast that we actually felt serious growing pains. Ramp helped us automate our manual expense tracking, saving the team valuable time. Now we have more time to spend on what really matters, our guests and their experience.
Ramp gives you more time, more visibility, and more control over your business. Don't settle for anything less. Start using Ramp for free today at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's RAMP.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Is chronic pain beginning to make your everyday life a challenge? Then call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, with Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. With over 30 years of experience, no one has more experience in pain medicine techniques and stem cell therapy than Dr. Nelson. And here's what a satisfied patient had to say.
I was experiencing severe neck pain, kind of radiating from my shoulders up into my head. And it was pretty severe, and it lasted for about a year. So I went to see Dr. Nelson, and after I got the stem cell treatment, I had positive results within a week, and it just got better from there. And to this day, I can't believe I used to be in such pain. He was just an incredible doctor. Everything about the place is just fantastic.
So don't let pain control your life. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD. Call 425-823-4000 today. That's 425-823-4000 or go to danielnelsonmd.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
My wife and I always loved doing everything together. Jiu-jitsu, kayaking, and intimacy was always on point. It was around my early 30s when I noticed a downward trend. Watching a lot of TV, putting on weight, and just full of self-doubt. I had tried another men's clinic with disappointing results. It's the personalized treatment I receive at Revive Men's Health that has been the complete game changer for me. I've got my energy and motivation back. I'm feeling stronger than I did in my 20s, and it made me a much better husband to my wife.
This is Dr. Andrew Allshouse of Revive Men's Health. If you're always feeling tired or moody, or your sleep is poor, you have low libido, you may be suffering from low testosterone.
Book your free T-check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health Seattle at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Every Thursday from 7 to 9, live on air on Seattle Sports. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Paul Moyer.
You are listening to Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. I'm Michael Bumpus, no Paul Moyer. We got Jordan Babineau today.
Yes, yes. What a treat you guys have today. I told you, you guys just got upgraded from the coach to first class.
Hey, y'all tell Moyer that too when he get here next week.
He's listening right now.
Next week, y'all better tell Moyer that, man. But, man, if you guys haven't been paying attention to the Thursday night game, it is 31-28. The Lions are up. 6 minutes and 32 seconds left. The Packers have the football. The Lions were up 10. Then they were up 17-7. And then the Green Bay Packers go up 21-17. And now the score is 31-18. A lot going on there. Hey, make sure you get out to the Bellevue Collection Dining District. So many great restaurants to choose from. Today we had our pre-show meal at Legion Sports Bar. I had the juicy jerk chicken sandwich. It was bomb. They have a great happy hour. It's a great place to watch the Thursday night games, too. You can't watch it everywhere. If you don't have that Amazon Prime thing going, you're not going to be able to watch it. You should go there before and after Snowflake Lane. So, you know, put the kids to sleep, do what you got to do, put them in their rocker, and you go check it out. And then they also have great Christmas cocktails. What is a Christmas cocktail? All I know is an eggnog. That's all I know. So if you know anything else, holla at me and let me know.
All right.
All right, man, let's get into it. It's time to go around the NFL. So I'm gonna ask my guy about one of the plays that were deemed dirty. I'm doing air quotes for guys who aren't here right now. All right, for the millions at home listening. Okay, dirty play. You got Aziz for the Atlanta Falcons hits Trevor Lawrence, knocks him out. Boom, head hits the turf, and a flag is thrown. I'm sitting here with a safety who played during an era where you could do that, and it wasn't a flag. It was a bit different now. But so how did you break this play down? What did you see, Babs? Do you think it was warranted? Are there some compromising situations? It's complicated, in my opinion. What do you think?
You know, I think the tough thing now for defenders is when do you think the quarterback is going to slide, or when do you think is actually going to fold up and do a spin move and try to keep running or get extra yards? And it makes it tough for defenders really to play all out. Now, again, I think a lot of it is predicated too on looking at the tape of the quarterback, knowing that are they a runner, more of a runner, who they challenge defenders. Josh Allen, he may try to run over you, make a move.
Right.
Lamar Jackson, he may try to make a move. Look, come on, man. There's nothing happening with Trevor Lawrence. He don't have no wiggles like that. You know, and he was already surrendering himself. I think the biggest thing, too, that boiled down to why it was so egregious as it was is because Al-Shahir has a history.
Got a history.
He got history, man.
Yeah.
You know, and once you start putting that on film and the powers that be in the league is watching that, they're going to protect the players, man. You have to know that they're going to protect the players. You know, what's the timing of it? You know, I hate the bang plays in the moment of, but I think just mentally you just got to know that he's probably going to slide coming in with that kind of force. Look, I think that was the 3-game suspension was definitely warranted.
Yeah. My if he didn't have the history that he had, I would go to bat for him a bit more. But I also didn't like the way he responded after he got up trying to fight everybody. He was like, bro, my man's on the ground, knocked out.
Yeah.
Like, it was a dirty play. It is what it is. People make mistakes. It's hard to play defense in the league these days. I get that. It was more of his reaction afterwards where I'm like, show some remorse and be like, hey, my bad. You know, things happen. That's the thing that got me with that. So
I know he eventually came out and apologized, but, you know, sometimes in the heat of the moment, you know, I mean, I just, you know, it can kind of act outside myself. But, again, definitely warranted a 3-game suspension. And, again, if that happens again, I got to believe that the league is probably going to take a higher discipline in terms of what happens next.
My man's had some fines, man, some $10,000, $15,000 fines. So I think that complicates things. All right, let's move on. Mike Holmgren has emerged as a finalist for the Hall of Fame as a coach. Clap it up for Mike Holmgren. Mike gave me my chance. My chance in the NFL, gave you your chance in the NFL. One of the most nicest but demanding men I've ever worked with in my life.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put nice.
Well, you on the defensive side. He didn't rock with you like he rocked with me.
No, and I'll tell you what, I've had my run-ins with Coach Holmgren many times, and I'll never forget the one story I'll share with Coach Holmgren before we start talking about his stats in his career. We were at a away game, and we were getting on the elevator, and he was with security detail, and Mike takes his elevator up to the penthouse or wherever he stays. I've never been in one of those before, but the presidential suite. The bell rings, the elevator opens up, and it's Holmgren and security details, Rick, at the time. And Holmgren looks at us, I think it's myself and Marcus Trufant. He gives us the fingers like, yeah, take the next one. I was like, huh, no problem, Coach. It gives those awkward moments with Coach, you know. But, yeah, you talk about demanding. I mean, he had first of all, he sits, 6'10" or whatever his size is, stature of a man that just would he had old school coaching tactics and ways to get guys motivated. But one of the most brilliant minds in terms of our offensive game and how the game has developed, being under that Bill Walsh coaching system, that coaching tree. And then Holmgren went on to have a great coaching tree himself. I'll list out a few names. Andy Reid being at the top of them when you start to talk about Mike Holmgren's, projects in terms of coaches. Ron Rivera, John Harbaugh, Sherman McDermott, and Doug Peterson, who may be on the hot seat. But, again, truly a high level of success, winning 3 Super Bowls, a pioneer in terms of the NFL's growth in that West Coast passing offense and what he did, definitely deserving of a Hall of Fame nomination.
For sure. Like you mentioned, gave both of us our chances. My fondest memory of Holmgren is a bit more fond than yours, I guess I would say.
Share.
Mine was I scored my first and only touchdown in the NFL. And I'm an undrafted free agent guy. Holmgren ain't got to talk to me. He just says hello and he keeps it pushing. But I scored my touchdown. I left the football on the field. Juice Jones grabbed it for me, and Juice gives it to me. Holmgren walks over, and it takes a lot for Holmgren to sit down. And I'm sitting on the bench. He sits down. He sits down. He looks at me. He goes, "You're welcome." Stands right back up and goes. I go, "Hey, he called the play for your boy. I'll never forget. He called that play. I knew I might score." So that was Holmgren, and he explained the offense during install in a way that just made sense, at least to me and the guys in my room. It just made complete sense. So Mike Holmgren, one of the greatest to do it. It's about dang time he's getting some recognition. I know Pete Carroll is going to get most of the love here in Seattle, but Holmgren kind of built this thing up, and then Pete Carroll took it to another level.
Yeah, for sure. Indeed.
All right, let's talk
about
about
Big Show is what we used to call it.
The what?
Big Show.
The Big Show.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's talk about your boy Doug Peterson. Every year there's a cycle that goes on in the NFL. Guys get cut, players get cut, coaches get fired. So there are some guys, some coaches on the hot seat right now. You got Daboll with the Giants, Peterson with the Jaguars, Antonio Pierce with the Raiders, Zach Taylor with the Bengals. I think that's unwarranted. Who has the hottest seat out of those four guys? Daboll, Peterson, Pierce, Taylor.
I think the biggest thing with Zach Taylor is, man, they've been close in so many games, in those big games, those big moments. You got a quarterback like Joe Burrow, he can win the big game. Joe Burrow's the quarterback, like he could win a Super Bowl. And they've just come up short. And I don't think it's a matter of, specifically like failure in terms of not getting the wins with Zach Taylor. It's just that the outcomes have not been, productive or at a place where they've made an AFC championship game. They've had a Super Bowl appearance. They haven't. And, while he's turned that franchise around, he's got great talent. That window is really closing in terms of, whether management should be looking at the coaching staff in a change of, philosophy and messaging. So I wouldn't say like he's not my number one, but he's certainly top three. Probably number one, has to be what's happening in New York. I think Brian Daboll is looking at what they did with Daniel Jones, a high draft pick, an extension. They cut the guy. I don't even want you on the team no more. And it's gotten to a place where
Babs, they had him playing safety on practice squad, man.
Come on, man.
Come on.
That messaging is pretty clear. And they ended up releasing him, cut him, had him, waived, and ended up getting picked up. I think by the Vikings, right? He got picked up. He landed on another team.
Vikings.
But looking at what's happened in New York, they're not in a good place. The franchise is in disarray. And again, another I think measurement in terms of what the Hawks have done, even in their transition from Pete Carroll to Mike McDonald, and having John Snyder, still as a staple in terms of building that bridge for success, that the franchise is in a good position.
Yep.
And I think a lot of Seahawks fans ought to feel good about where the organization is, where it's been. And certainly there's been a lot of questioning after the loss of Paul Allen and what's next and, what's going to happen with the team. They've done a great job of managing the organization's business to keep this organization relevant in the league. And here they are sitting in first place at 7-5 with a chance to position themselves to playoffs. I think that says a lot about the leadership of the organization.
I agree 100%. Schneider doing the same, Mike McDonald doing the same. And when we come back, we'll let you know about this week's opponent, the Arizona Cardinals. That's coming up next right here on Hawks Live.
Seattle Sports, your home for Brock and Salk.
A huge game this weekend. A Seahawks win would make them 62% likely to make the playoffs. Cardinals would drop to 17%. If the Cardinals win, it would be 71 for them and 11% for Seattle.
That swing is because of what Arizona has left in their schedule, which is much more favorable, and what you've got in your schedule, which is two of the top NFC North teams. Yeah, your schedule gets a little bit tougher, and you've got to have this one. Period. End of story.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends and explore the lively nightlife scene. The dining district at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at BellevueCollection.com/dining district.
Hey, Brock Ewart here with my buddy Dave Taylor from First Mark Insurance. You know, Dave, I love sport. You love sport. And I love sitting with coaches and hearing their game plan each and every week. What are the keys to a First Mark Insurance game plan?
It's a great question, Brock. I think there's really three keys to a great game plan with us. Number one is we want to make sure that our clients have the correct coverage for their unique specific needs. So that's number one. Do you have the right coverage? Number two, once we have the right coverage, are we getting that coverage at the most competitive price possible? And then last and not least would be, once we have the right coverage at the most competitive price, are we providing world-class service to those customers so that when they need it, they have someone there that's got their back?
Those are the 3 keys to a First Mark Challenge victory. And man, am I so glad Molly and I took the challenge. We are one of so many through a decade plus of being a First Mark Challenge victory. You can too. Just simply go to firstmarkinsurance.com. Firstmarkinsurance.com.
No power? No problem. Stay warm this winter with a Valor gas fireplace that can heat without electricity. Check them out at Bellevue Fireplace Shop, located 1 block east of Costco in Kirkland's Rose Hill Plaza. Bellevue Fireplace Shop and BellevueFireplaceShop.com. Miss anything from the Brock and Salk Show? Remember, you can always catch the show on demand on SeattleSports.com, the Seattle Sports app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. This message brought to you by Ascend Hospitality Group, Famous Dave's, Ascend Prime, and Stanford's.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed mold, mildew, bowing walls, or water in your basement? I hope not, but if you have, your basement is losing the war against groundwater. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
This is Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. For over 30 years, Big Trees has been helping homeowners and businesses move trees with advanced equipment and a professional and proven transplant process. Need a tree moved on your property or off-site? Trust the experts at Big Trees. Learn more about our transplanting process at bigtreesupply.com.
Some said a life-threatening brain tumor would dim Aisley's spark. But this future pop star is back to full sparkle, and she's ready for her big encore. Through research, compassionate care, and support from people like you, Seattle Children's is fighting for lasting cures. So for every kid that didn't have a chance, this relentless fight is for you. Because this isn't about beating the odds, it's about changing them for all kidkind. Hope, care, cure. Seattle Children's.
Your gas light's on. We need to fill up.
Gas around here is too expensive.
Don't drive all over searching for the lowest prices. Just download the free Upside app and get cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying gas? I'm stopping now to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or e-gift card. Download the free Upside app now and use promo code RADIO for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill up. That's promo code RADIO.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
I formed Davis Law Group about 30 years ago, and once I wrote my first book, it proved to be hugely popular. I decided to write then a series of books in different accident cases. I've found that having a client that is educated and knowledgeable about their particular type of case really helps the client, and also usually ends up making the case or the claim more successful. To get your free copy of any of my Washington accident books, visit WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
Welcome back to Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. I'm Michael Bumpus with my guy, Jordan Babineau. Hey, come join us here at Hawks Live at Bellevue Square Center Court. You'll have a chance to win gift cards from the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. Tonight, they're giving away gift cards to Moto Pizza and Legion Sports Bar.
Wow.
All right. Have you been there before?
Making me hungry.
Have you been there?
I've been to both.
Have you?
Yeah. One has great pizza.
One has good steak bites.
I had the
shrimp.
Steak bites, the shrimp. There's a really bomb salad. I think it's the Legion salad. I had my greens.
Had your greens.
Yeah, and the French fries are awesome.
French fries are on point. Look at Babs. He does a little bit of everything. All right, a little bit of pizza,
Mostly
steak,
eating.
shrimp, all that
Mostly
stuff. All right, man, it's time to go inside the film room. This is where we break down plays that went down. This first one, Geno Smith finds A.J. Barner for a 12-yard touchdown in the second quarter.
Play fake. Now Geno's going to roll to the left, going to dump it off underneath. Ball is caught, turning upfield. Touchdown, Seahawks! A.J. Barner, the rookie, slams the ball out of the back of the end zone, and from 12 yards out, the Seahawks are on the scoreboard. I saw A.J. at the hotel. He said, I'm going to give you something to yell about. You just did that, young man. Congratulations.
A.J. Barner scoring his second touchdown as a Seahawk, coming off a Michigan big win over Ohio State.
Yeah.
So it's only fitting that he does this thing. I'll tell you what I saw, Babs, and then you let me know what you see. This is why I love under center when it comes to play action. When the quarterback gets under the center, turns his back to the defense, gives a nice little play action, and A.J. does a good job of taking care of the DM, showing that he is blocking 1,000, 1,000. Then he releases to the flat. The DM thinks he has a straight shot to Geno. Geno drops it over the top. A.J. gets in the end zone. I love under center play action.
Yeah, I think, the play action pass game certainly, has been successful for the Seahawks, having that big play down the field, throwing window for Geno. And that's when they're their best. Certainly the run game hasn't just been like dominant, because I think they're like the lesser or bottom part of the NFL in terms of yards per game, but it's effective. And they ran the ball when they needed to. This play action pass game and this touchdown was set up by the previous play. And we had A.J. on our post-game show after the game. He said he shout out to Pharaoh Brown because he agitated the DN so much that he was ready to bull rush, and he was engaged with A.J. for a couple seconds before having that delay release to the flat. That ended up being the space that he needed to get open for the touchdown.
I love that. When a plan all comes together, A.J. Brown scores a touchdown. It was beautiful. This next play, Leonard Williams picks off Aaron Rodgers and runs it back 92 yards for a touchdown.
All stays in the backfield. Again, 3 receivers near side. Adams is slotted on the right. Blitz is coming. Throw inside. It's picked off. Leo Williams coming near side. He's running like a racehorse. He's at midfield. Turns upfield, has blockers. Holy smokes, are you kidding? Leo Williams is going to take it in for a touchdown. Seahawks. The Seahawks mess up a kick return. They dump it on the defense, and Leo Williams says, I got you covered. Picks it off as he drops back into coverage, comes up the near sidelines in front of the bench, picks up blockers, and takes it all the way in for a touchdown. Are you kidding me?
All right, defense, what you see there?
I mean, so far we've had 2 great highlights. I didn't get a holy catfish in either one of them from Rabel. He might have been sleeping up there. Look, that was a phenomenal play. We talked about it in the early part of the show. You watched the Seahawks defensively. They did it was a great disguise of showing zero blitz. They ended up dropping the defensive lineman, Leo, in the middle of that throwing window. And had Aaron Rodgers been a little more patient, Tariq Woolen fell down covering his guy. I mean, it was wide open on the left side of the field. But you also talk about a change of how 2 plays really dictated the outcome of a game. And I think Leo was responsible for, 6. He blocked the PAT 7. And then the play before would have been a touchdown had Aaron Rodgers hit the wide open receiver, another 6. So essentially, Leo scored 12 points for the Hawks, and let's say, including the points that he saved on Sunday. Just phenomenal play. And, like Witherspoon said, big man running, big man running.
I love seeing a 300-pounder take it 92 yards to the house. You might not see that again for another 5 to 10 years. I'm going to tell you that
5
right
to 10.
now.
I thought it was longer than that. Isn't that the longest?
Since the 80s.
That's the longest touchdown by a defensive lineman of that size in NFL history, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yep.
And not only that, I think he might have reached the speed of a cheetah the entire time that he was running.
You know what's messed up about that? They clocked him at 18 miles per hour. JSN was clocked in at 19 miles per hour on one of his screens. Man, if I'm JSN, man, we got to check the film, check the data, and make sure the measurements are on point. But, hey, Bass, what I like about this is that the big man did little man things. The way that he flipped his hips and dropped to the hook to curl was impressive. And then located the quarterback's eyes, put his hands on the football. I forgot that he was drafted number 6 overall.
Oh, yeah.
And that right there reminded me that he was drafted number 6 overall. The big man got it done out of USC. Love to see it. All right, this next play, Geno Smith finds JSN for a 24-yard gain on 4th and 6.
Boy, this is dangerous right here. 4th down and 6 for the Seahawks. Geno out of the shotgun, takes the snap, play fake, looks, going to scramble. Now he's going to throw. Got a man. JSN makes the catch down to the 20-yard line. Are you kidding me? Holy catfish. Geno Smith scrambling, spinning, throwing, and finds JSN on a deeper crossing route at the 20 for a 24-yard gain on 4th and 6.
Man, go ahead. You got it. Go ahead.
Speaking of catfish, Legion has some good catfish nuggets, too, if y'all looking for something on the menu.
Catfish nuggets?
The catfish nuggets.
All right.
We finally got a holy catfish. You talk about hey, what are you doing? Wait, that was a great play. You're like, Rabel's like, this could be dangerous. What great faith, Steve. Listen, that was just, a play of will. And I think at this point, McDonald had already made a decision, that we're done punting. We can't punt. We're hurt in that position. Dixon is facing back spasms or whatever he was dealing with on the sideline, tightening up. And to me, I think that won the game. They went down and scored that drive, but you look at the decision and what it took to, regain momentum. The Seahawks were battling with trying to get some momentum and get some things going offensively. Now, the Jets weren't doing anything either, but they were winning the field position battle. They had time of possession at that point. I think that decision and Dixon, Dixon's injury or, inability to punt garnered the win. And they found a way to get that done, and much of it was attributed to that mentality of going forward, backed up on 4th and 6.
Yeah, I love it. I think that Geno saw that they were in man, felt some pressure, and JSN just makes an adjustment. This was a quick game type of concept. JSN runs the little slant right there, sees that Geno's rolling to his left, and says, all right, let's break this thing off. I'm going to go up top, because he realizes that on the outside, Locke is running an in route. So that's awareness right there, knowing what's happening outside of you, seeing your quarterback be in trouble, and then going and making a play.
From a receiver perspective, you see a second-year guy doing that. Watching Geno scramble to the left, there was nothing over there. And you saw what he did. He just quickly threw his hand up, escaped the defender. What does that say about JSN and how he's developing as a second year?
That clock in his head, he feels it. He understands. This is the time that I have. This is the space that I have, and I'm going to go get it. That's a good old scramble drill right there. Your quarterback gets outside the pocket, and you go ahead and make a play for him. So those are our 3 plays that we break down every single week here on Hawks Live. When we come back, it's time to talk that talk. Let's see. We know he can talk that talk. That's Big Play Babs. All he do is talk that talk. All right, that's coming up next here on Hawks Live.
It's picked off. Leo Williams, he's running like a racehorse.
This Sunday, the Seahawks hope to bolster their lead in the West as they head to Glendale.
Holy smokes, are you kidding? Leo Williams is going to take it in for a touchdown. Seahawks.
Hawks, Cardinals in a consequential rematch.
JSN makes the catch down to the 20-yard line. Are you kidding me? Holy catfish.
Checkoff 105, pregame starting at 10 on your home for the Hawks, Seattle Sports.
Planning to propose this holiday? Shane Company is ready to help you find your dream engagement ring. We handpick the most beautiful diamonds and colorful gemstones in all shapes and sizes. So when you walk in the door, you can trust your rock is in stock. At Shane Company, we've always sourced directly, cut out the middleman, and pass the savings on to you. We work with your budget, not against it. We'll also protect your ring for life with our free unmatched lifetime warranty. Come see us at shaneco.com and in-store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2024. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Have you recently tried to get a loan to buy a piece of real estate? Are you tired of dealing with banks, credit unions, and their endless guidelines? Wouldn't it be nice to go back in time when we had common sense lending? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital based in Bellevue. We are one of the largest local private portfolio lenders in Washington. We've helped thousands of home buyers and real estate investors reach their financial goals by leveraging the Legacy Common Sense borrowing platform. What that means is we lend our own money, we make our own decisions. If your deal makes sense, we'll get it done. Whether you're purchasing a new piece of real estate or refinancing an existing loan, bridge loans, construction, or regular home loan, it doesn't have to be as difficult as banks and lenders make it. If you're trying to grow wealth through real estate acquisition, come talk to the experts in private lending.
Call 425-635-4700 or LegacyG.com. Legacy Group Capital, your common sense lender. LegacyG.com.
The Pacific Northwest is the perfect backdrop for the holiday season. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law reminds us that the roadways don't always agree.
It's that combination of additional travel, changes in routine, and winter weather that make this the most dangerous time of the year to be behind the wheel.
Any safety tips to help commuters keep the holidays joyful?
The number one cause of accidents remains distracted driving, even during the holidays. So store that cell phone in a place that eliminates temptation. It's imperative we set the example for our teens. Also, be aware of abrupt changes in the weather and prepare for it. Sometimes it's as simple as allowing additional distance for following or stopping. Lastly, make sure your vehicle is properly maintained for winter.
That includes four-wheel drive and chains when required at the pass. Please follow these safety precautions from my good friends at Pendergast Law and keep you and your neighbors safe this holiday season.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pendergast Law.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Xfinity here. How can we help?
Hi, my entire family's obsessed with all things Wicked, but my kids can't stop watching the trailer, and now they're having a Wicked-themed sleepover. Do you think our internet can handle all of the streaming and memeing going on?
Well, we've engineered our Xfinity gateways to handle hundreds of devices at once, so they can all stay magically connected.
Wow. Are you a wizard?
I wish. No, just someone that won't let a bad connection burst your internet bubble. Now through December 22nd, get thrillifyingly fast Xfinity Gigabit Internet for $25 a month for 12 months when you add unlimited mobile. And get Peacock Premium, a $7.99 a month value included at no extra cost. Or lock in your internet price for 2 years for just $5 more a month with a 1-year contract. Early termination fee applies. Go to Xfinity.com to learn more and keep the magic going from your screen to the big screen. And see Wicked in theaters now. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless bill and auto pay with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Gig Wi-Fi requires Xfinity Gateway. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Safety comes first. When money is tight, Buc-ee's has you covered with available financing. For oil changes, wiper blades, brakes, tire rotation, tune-ups, and factory maintenance, it's Buc-ee's Complete Auto. No appointment necessary and financing's available. Check Buc-ee's.com for the location near you.
For every kid that didn't have a chance, and every kid that was out of options, Seattle Children's is fighting for you. Because this isn't about beating the odds. It's about changing them. For all kidkind.
Shop Mazda of Everett and find out why Mazda of Everett is Washington's largest Mazda dealer. Mazda of Everett on Highway 99 in Everett or online at MazdaofEverett.com.
It's time to talk that talk with Michael Bumpus and Paul Moyer on Hawks Live.
Welcome back to Hawks Live. It is December. Snowflake Lane is going down. Kids are out way past their bedtime. Go to sleep, kids. What time is this? 8:30. My kids better be in bed by now. All right, you know what my daughter does to buy herself some time? She says, "Oh, Dad, I'm thirsty. You've been drinking water all day. Oh, Dad, I want a snack." No fruit snacks. All right, yeah, have a banana or an apple or something like that. All right, trying to eat them sweets before you go to sleep. You got to brush your teeth all over again. I'm getting old and grumpy, Bass. Can you tell?
Yeah, easily to tell. Dude, you're getting some grays up there too, brother. So,
hey, all natural, baby.
Yeah.
Lean into it.
You look good, though. You look good.
I appreciate you. All right, now it's time to talk that talk, man.
Talk it.
This is where we pick out some topics, some statements, and you tell me if it's true or false, and I'll agree or disagree, and we'll justify it. I'm sure you. Babs got like 15 degrees, so I'm sure you went to law school at some point, and you could be your best lawyer right now.
I'm not. I didn't go to law school.
No law school?
No.
All right. Babs is like got a doctorate in something like that. I don't know. He's always in school. I was done after college. He kept going. All right. First one. Leonard Williams has a chance to be among the best interior linemen to ever play for the Seahawks.
Let's get some crowd participation. All right, thumbs up or thumbs down. Leonard Williams, among the best defensive linemen to play the game, interior defensive linemen. They're like, who's Leonard Williams? Well, he's a man. He's a man just balling. I definitely think Leonard Williams is there. This one I think maybe we'll agree upon. Best interior defensive lineman for sure, having one of his best seasons as a pro, and certainly been an impact for this defense.
The best since Frank Clark, right? Frank Clark, before he left and went to the Chiefs and won him a Super Bowl and did all that, he had double-digit sacks. I would say the best since Leonard Williams, Frank Clark, or the best season since Jay Reed. Jay Reed had a good season.
As an interior defensive lineman, didn't he have like 10 sacks one year?
Something crazy like that.
Yeah. You look at that, but I mean, he plays all the positions. So yeah, Leonard Williams definitely. That's a yes, unanimous.
All right. Next one. Who has made the greater impact on the turnaround of this defense? Leonard Williams or Ernest Jones?
Yeah, I think it's still the same. I mean, Leonard Williams definitely still there. He made it easier for Ernest Jones. Now, Ernest Jones certainly came in and had a good impact. He's been here, I think, 4 or 5 weeks, leading the team in tackles since he's gotten here, and has been a vocal guy in terms of leadership and shoring up that run game and those run lanes. But it's Leonard Williams making it easy for him.
This is where you're wrong. Leonard has been here the whole time, playing some good football. Ernest Jones is the one who started cleaning stuff up on the back end. How many times do we see Baker dip under a block? Dawson, dip under a block. Ernest Jones meets you with his hands and says, you know what, Big Cat, I'm going to clean this up for you. So though Leonard Williams has had 2 crazy weeks, he's been here. Soon as Ernest Jones got here, the blinker was on, and you start to make the turn. That defense is doing its thing. I got to go with Ernest Jones here.
Well, look, again, like I said, Ernest Jones, all he has to do is beat the guard from climbing to him, because Leonard Williams have both guys tied up. It's pretty easy just to outrun a guy and go lateral, get in position.
Okay, all right. Our first disagreement.
All right, what you got?
First disagreement. Next one. The Seahawks will score more than 20 points on Sunday, not including defensive scores. Defense put up 14 points the last week. 7 points one week, 7 points the next week. What do you say?
No. This Arizona defense is pretty good. Even going into 2 weeks ago when they played at Lumen, secondary-wise, I think they were pretty stingy in terms of passing touchdowns from that perspective, and probably less prone or more prone to give up yardage in the run game. With Grubb being a pass-happy coordinator, I think we're going to continue to see Geno's attempts soar above 32 attempts. That could be dangerous for this defense, particularly on the road. I don't see them scoring over 20 points. In fact, I'd have to look up to see where they've been the last few games. 16, 26,
but
and then
7 from the defense.
7 of it came from the defense. Look, you have to go back, I think, to September to see the success of this offense early in the first quarter, but they've had some struggles starting fast. I don't see them scoring over 20. It's to be another defensive battle.
I would love for it to be a defensive battle. I really would. But I think that the offense finds a way to get the run game going. If the run game can get going, you got Sataoa Laumea at that right guard spot. Maybe you tap into something that you haven't had all year, and K9 is able to find some lanes and have himself his first 100-yard rushing game this season. He's had 2 of them things in 27 games. It's been a long time since we've seen K9 do it. So because I feel like they can get the run game going, they're going to score 24.
Offense didn't score against the Cardinals. Now I'm looking at it. They didn't score against the Cardinals. Defense scored the only touchdown. They had 3 field goals.
So same thing is what you're saying?
Nope. They won't score 20.
Not going to score 20.
They'll win the game, but they won't score 20.
So it's going to be like, what, 7-17?
Yeah, it's a 17-13 kind of ball game again. Yeah, another defensive matchup. Again, now we're start to see this team stack wins. That's the philosophy inside the locker room. They're approaching it as a playoff game, already talking about that moving forward. That's the language inside the room. and that's the approach.
Another Dave Wyman type of game. 17-13. Let's get crazy. Let's go 12-4 or something like that. You know what I mean? Let's mix it up.
That's pretty crazy. That sounds like a baseball score.
2 safeties and a few field goals. All right, last one. The Seahawks will win the NFC West.
I agree with that. All right, what do we think, 12? What do you think, 12? Seahawks going to take it down. Here we go. Arizona, Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago, and the Rams. I mean, it's a sprint. When you start to look at where they at, from a standing standpoint. Right now, if the playoffs started today, I think they'd be playing Green Bay.
Yep, Green Bay.
You look at, and Green Bay, I think, lost on a last-second field goal tonight by Detroit. I mean, gutsy call by Campbell going forward on 4th and less than 1 to put the game away.
That's what he does.
But again, it's that attitude. Like it just permeates throughout the organization, throughout the players. It instills confidence in the team. And again, that was very similar to what McDonald did last week and going forward, backed up on 4th down those several times. But I think they can take care of the NFC West, given the rest of the schedule. 2 tough games. Green Bay and Minnesota, but again, starts with this week against the Cardinals. Getting that position and spreading out a little bit and making that run, playing the best football in December.
I think they win the NFC West as well. I think the Niners are banged up. I think the Cardinals will take this L on Sunday, mess their whole thing up. I believe the Bills still have to play one more team in the NFC West. Is it the Rams? The Rams this weekend. So the Bills going to help a brother out this weekend and take care of the Rams. And I think we're looking good. Here's my question for you. You mentioned Dan Campbell's aggressiveness. Does it bite him in the butt again, or do you think that the Lions make it to the conference championship game?
Well,
even though they were a player or 2 away from going to the Super Bowl last year.
I know. And you got to think if you're Detroit, I mean, it's Super Bowl or bust. You know, I mean, like they're pretty high in terms of, being a Super Bowl contender, and they are. But you got teams like Philly who's playing as good as they are, and there's always that one little wild card team that ends up being the Cinderella story. I'm just looking at the rest of the NFC West and looking at the Rams schedule. The Rams play the Bills this weekend. You mentioned that. But they also they play 3 division games in the last 5. Same thing with the Cardinals. They have 3 division opponents in the last 5. But the other 2 games against the Panthers, which, not a very good team. And then they finish up with the New England Patriots. So, again, Seahawks in good position. Just got to take care of business.
All right. Taking care of business every day. You know that song? Taking care of business.
Something like that.
Every day.
He's warming up for karaoke.
Taking care.
We got a karaoke date. We got a karaoke date coming up.
My birthday's next Friday.
Friday the 13th. Give it up for Michael Bumpus turning the year next Friday.
I will be 27 next week.
Again.
When we come back, we'll give you our final thoughts. That's next year on Hawks Live.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks Sunday night football game against the Green Bay Packers December 15th.
10-5, touchdown, Seahawks!
Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter for your chance to win.
Holy catfish!
You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter via the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds will be. Do it every day, December 4th through December 9th. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win.
Those recently diagnosed with prostate cancer. Several treatment options are available, and gaining an understanding of each of them can help you make an informed treatment decision. When searching for the most advanced treatment, excellent outcomes, minimal side effects, and a short treatment course, CyberKnife at Swedish is top of the list. CyberKnife is a non-surgical treatment utilizing a robotic radiosurgery system to deliver radiation beams with sub-millimeter accuracy. The targeted radiation adjusts robotically in real time to tumor and patient movement. Swedish CyberKnife patients report a better quality of life both during and after treatment. Swedish CyberKnife treats patients from all over the Pacific Northwest. If you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider Swedish CyberKnife. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. That's swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good?
Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ask about Wi-Fi backup for your business or get started with reliable internet and advanced security for $49.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year contract, plus for a limited time. Ask about an $800 holiday bonus prepaid card with a qualifying internet package. Don't wait. Call or go online to ComcastBusiness.com today. Ins 12/15/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 150 megabit per second internet and security edge. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Hey, Bob Stelton here, preparing for another stressful holiday season, and this year I am prioritizing my well-being. That's why I went to my local Johnson Fitness and Wellness store. Their equipment is made for more than just a workout. It's made for better sleep and mental breaks. And their massage chairs, not just for relaxation, they're made for recovery, stress relief, and lowering blood pressure. The experts at Johnson Fitness and Wellness are here to get you through the holidays with flexible financing, white glove delivery, and treadmills, bikes, and ellipticals up to 50% off. Check out johnsonfitness.com or one of the 3 Seattle locations today.
If you worked in aircraft manufacturing or aircraft painting at Boeing, semiconductor or printed circuit board manufacturing, or other industries where hazardous chemicals or solvents were used, your children may be entitled to legal damages. Birth defects have been linked to toxic chemicals and solvents used in these industries. If your child was born with brain or spinal cord damage, organ or limb deformities, blindness, cerebral palsy, genetic damage, or other issues, and you're a past or present aircraft manufacturing or painting, semiconductor or circuit board worker, contact Weinstein Cajano now, toll free at 1-866-99-TOXIC. Your children may be entitled to legal damages. If you are a past or present worker in aircraft manufacturing or aircraft painting at Boeing, semiconductor or printed circuit board manufacturing, or other industry worker and your child has a birth defect, call toll free 1-866-99-TOXIC. Your call is confidential. 1-866-998-6942. That's 1-866-99-TOXIC. Message authorized by Weinstein Cajano, 600 University Street, Suite 1620, Seattle, Washington.
Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Live on air on Seattle Sports.
This is Hawks Live, presented by the Dining District at the Bellevue Collection. The show starts at 7 every Thursday, right here on Seattle Sports 710, broadcasting live from Bellevue Square Center Court.
Now, Bump, does they always stay this late? I mean, we've been on air for 2 hours. We started with about 1,500. The crowd moved a little bit. I mean, it's still at least 1,200 people still here.
Well,
do they stay like this for Paul?
It's because you're here, honestly. That's why.
Wow.
It's because Big Play is here.
I told you this was a first-class treat today, baby. Here we go. We're going to send some warm cashews and hand towels with lemon.
So when you guys get upgraded to first class because of your mileage, you just say, thanks, Babs. This is the Babineau treatment.
Here we go,
This is
baby.
it right here.
Let's go.
All right. Well, last segment of the day, you guys have done a great job being involved and participating. We got the lucky young ladies to our right over here who won both of the raffles.
They won them both?
I'm going to have to check you guys for performance-enhancing drugs here pretty soon.
Man.
Okay?
Sounds like we're going to pizza.
We got to check. We go to Moto,
After
and we're going to, what was the other one?
Legion. We're going to Legion.
Okay, you guys got dates right here. Okay. All right, man, let's put a bow on this thing. It's time to talk about what to expect from this Arizona Cardinals team. You think they can duplicate the performance that they had a couple weeks ago? And if they were to duplicate that performance, that means they would hold the Cardinals to 49 yards rushing. Kyler Murray had 9 yards rushing himself. And I believe I just did a podcast with Nasser Chobe, our producer, earlier today. James Conner had 8 yards or something like that on the day. It was something crazy. So if they are to do that, is that a guaranteed victory, Babs?
Yeah, I think Conner finished with 7 attempts for 8 yards, and overall performance in terms of the Seahawks defense stopping the run was the recipe to win that game. Look, it was a dogfight, only putting up 16 points, but it was that 8-minute drive in the final fourth quarter that put the game away. 8 minutes, it ended up leading into a scoring drive, a 50-yard field goal from Jason Myers, who's been extraordinary from long distance. He's a great weapon for the Seahawks in terms of their ability to finish drives with points. Look, if they can hold the Cardinals to this kind of performance on the run game, again, that's the recipe to win. You do this on the road, it puts you in a position to win. The other thing that stood out to me, I believe, was third down. I think the Seahawks went 50% on third down that game, so the ability to extend those drives well in reach, and Geno, protecting the football is ideal.
The offense got to score some points, man.
They got to score.
They got to score some points. It's been a while since we've seen this offense look like the team we saw for the first, 3 quarters of the season to the point we're at right now. Coming into this season, we felt like the offense had to lead the charge. That's exactly what they did during their 3-game winning streak. Then you lose a few. You start to figure some things out, and now the defense is caught up. And typically when you start the season, the defense is usually ahead. But in this scenario, the offense was ahead. But then you look back to what Mike McDonald did with the Ravens. It took him 7-8 weeks to get that defense going. So it makes sense that this time of year, the defense is starting to figure some things out. But JSN has been on a tear. He's had the 3rd most yards in the last 3 weeks when it comes to receivers in the NFL. I'm looking for DK. DK still is averaging about 15.3 yards per reception at his top 6 or 7 in the NFL. I think it's due for him, or he's due to have a big game.
JSN or DK?
DK.
Well, look, if you get DK going, we know what he does to the offense. In terms of big plays in the passing game, 20 yards or more, they in most cases lead to points. And this team has really thrived in those moments. Now, again, you listened to the press conferences and DK talking about it. It's like, to me, specifically on the road, they gotta produce some early points. And you got to produce some early wins in the drive. I mean, it's going to build confidence in your quarterback, not feeling like he have to go out and force throws, make errant decisions in terms of, ball protection. And what they did, the other thing that they did, obviously 5 sacks, they got to the quarterback and held them to 6 points. That's a winning recipe. I think the early success, the early wins in Q1, like I mentioned, you got to go back to, I believe, September game against Detroit, where they scored a first quarter touchdown on offense. They had a first quarter touchdown against the Giants.
Yep.
But that was a Rayshawn fumble recovery for 102 yards.
Dang, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. Different team now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, completely different. So in terms of offense production, particularly on the road, they won time of possession 2 weeks ago. Again, that's another recipe, part of the ingredients to win.
Man, so that's 3 defensive touchdowns for this team this year. And 2 over 90 yards. You got a 92, a 101?
Yeah, 102.
102, and then you got a 69-yarder by Kobe. Explosive plays on defense, man. That's awesome. All right, can we finally get the run game going? I mean, that's the one piece we haven't seen. We've seen the offense look great and horrible. We've seen the defense look great and horrible. We've seen special teams look good and horrible. Now we've seen the run game just like, all right, and bad. So let's get these guys going a little bit. A lot of people focus on that offensive line, and I think you should, but I think it comes down to K9 giving the run a chance, being a bit more patient and being okay with 3 to 4 yards. When you play against a RB that's always looking for the cutback, what does that do for a defense?
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. I mean, generally, and you know this better, a lot of times in the run game, keep it front side unless it's a design cutback or it's a specific front by the defense that they're playing, and that could mean that it's overshifted to one side, which, could leave advantage to the Seahawks in terms of number of blockers. But you look at, K9's rushing statistics for the season. He's had one 100-yard game, and that was game 1 against Denver. Since then, at least, the last, 2 games, 16 carries each, didn't clip 50 yards in any one of those contests. And, his most successful game, you go back and look at the 25 carries that he had against the Rams for over 80 yards. Again, time of possession is essential. Running the football obviously creates the open opportunities for play-action pass game. But then when you're doing that, too, you also can create the one-on-one matchups on the outside. And I think if you're unable to establish a run game, you'll see the double teams on DK. You'll see them mixing up coverages on JSN, sometimes confusing the looks for the quarterback. So, again, run game is important, does it always have to be a 150-yard run performance to be successful? I don't think so, but they have to be able to run the football at the right times. And when you're sitting at the goal line inside the 5-yard line and you have 8 attempts to score and none of them lead to a touchdown, a turnover on downs, those kinds of, misadvantages or opportunities, missed opportunities, versus really good football teams, playoff contending football teams like the Vikings, like Detroit, like Green Bay will come back to bite you.
You got to be able to punch it in. You got to be able to get physical. When the defense knows you are going to run the football, you got to be able to say, so what? Let's get after it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the next step.
I mean, we asked Charles Cross, early on the show, call us play from the 1-yard line. What did he say, Bump?
What'd he say?
He say QB sneak that
QB
thing.
sneak, you're right.
He says QB
I'm not ready
sneak.
for that, though. I'm not ready for that. I don't. Hey, when they line up in those A gaps, it makes me a big concern. So.
Hey, there's one team that doesn't care on short yardage what you think or how many guys you put in the box. We gonna push this thing across that line, and they've been successful at it. So. I mean, again, a lot of it is will in short yardage situation, but offensive linemen have to feel like the onus is on them in short yardage situations to get moving up front and get that first down.
All right, let's get physical then. Let's get physical.
Got to, baby.
All right, man. Hey, that's it for us, man. Give it up for Jordan Babineau. He just made this show first class, okay? I was sitting in business class. I was comfortable. I could cross my legs, but then you get in that first class. Once you go first class, you don't want to go back. Hey, trust me. If you ain't been there, don't do it unless you're ready for it to change your life. All right? Hey, special thanks to Roy Robinson Harris.
It's been fun.
Yeah, man, my man. Big play, baby. Hey, Charles Cross as well for joining the show. Our board operator is Noah Ritterrod. On-site engineer is the lovely Brennan Rogers. Production assistant is Ashley Oaks, and our executive producer is NASA Chovy. The Seahawks pregame show was live this Sunday starting at 10 a.m. Until next time, this has been Hawks Live.
Hawks Live. Every Thursday from 7 to 9, live on air on Seattle Sports. Presented by the Dining District of the Bellevue Collection at Bellevue Square Center Court. Download the Seattle Sports app to get breaking news notifications on the Hawks and read the latest analysis on the Hawks at seattlesports.com. Seattle Sports, your home for Brock and Salk.
Our weekly conversation with Daniel Jeremiah, one of my favorite parts of the week.
You've got to be able to dominate up front to be an elite defense, and they've got several guys that are playing at a high level, none higher than Leonard Williams right now. They've got a bunch of guys who are playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage, run and pass. Every dominant defense starts right there, and I think their level of play up front, I was excited about some of the young guys early in the year, but man, the word dominant, I would say, has definitely been more the case over the last few weeks up front.
Streaming on your smart speaker.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
I figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. The best place to watch all your favorite sports. Featuring wall-to-wall viewing screens, 6 windows, and 30 kiosks. Be there at EmeraldQueen.com. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing strategies that deliver results. So on your next campaign, aim higher. Go to aimyourdigital.com and get started today. aimyourdigital.com.
It's the holiday season and the perfect time to gift yourself with a new home for the new year. For a limited time, take advantage of incredible savings and incentives during D.R. Horton's It's Your Year savings event. Going on now through December 22nd. Your perfect home for every holiday season is waiting for you. To find yours, visit any of our participating D.R. Horton communities or visit us at drhorton.com and discover the D.R. Horton difference. D.R. Horton